Hi, welcome back. Hopefully to Meditate with Marie. This is my third attempt at coming live to talk about colour. I don't know if my other two videos are actually on the page or if anybody caught them earlier, but I was chatting to Laura from the car, and I think what's happened is it's so hot outside, my phone overheated and just ended the broadcast. So that was a real shame because we were having such a great chat as well. But I've just got a little bit more to add on that and a little more to reflect on. So I do apologise for the disjointed conversation, the disjointed video. Let's get right back to it. I can see there's a few of you joining me live. Hold on, I'm gonna have to put my hair up again. Crikey. It's so warm out there, isn't it? It's like being abroad. No wonder my phone nearly overheated earlier, and it feels red hot when I end the live videos as well. So no wonder the battery's draining. That's better. How are you guys doing? Are you okay? So I'm deliberately wearing blue today because blue is a cooling, calming colour, and that's a really good thing to do on hot summer days. And I've come to talk to you from my house because in one of the earlier videos that we did a couple of hours ago, I mentioned the red wall behind me. So I thought it would be good to set my phone up so you guys can see it and we can continue that chat about colour. So whether you know it or not, colour affects the subconscious mind and it has an impact on our moods and our emotions. And if any of you saw my chats with Laura earlier, we very much got into that, and she was saying that even from a very young age she's been aware of colour and how it makes her feel. Now that's really interesting because I've always loved colour, and we all know that, you know, yellow makes us feel cheerful and other things like that. But it wasn't till I studied colour therapy that I went much more in depth with it, and I realised that you can use it as a tool, not just a home decor tool or, you know, what you're wearing tool, but you can really use colour as a well-being tool, as a positivity practice. So there's lots and lots and lots of different ways we can use it, including in what we're wearing and how we decorate our homes. You may have heard me say I really want to redecorate in here. I've had the red wall and there's another one over there by my table. They've been here since I moved in. I didn't choose that, but I've always loved them. I think it's really, really lovely. It probably looks darker on camera than it does with the human eye, but it's red is a very earthy colour. It helps you feel secure and stable if you use it in the right amounts. If every single wall in here was painted that colour, it would be too much. It would overwhelm us and you could end up feeling quite agitated. But because it's only maybe 20, not even that, 10% of the wall space, that little hint of the red colour, that brings those little feel-good vibes of feeling secure and stable. And it's also a warm colour. So in the winter months, when I'm in here and I light my candles and I've got a couple of red walls surrounding me, it feels warm, it feels cosy. And everybody, when it comes to my home, they say, oh, it's really homely in here. It feels really nice. And probably the colour has a lot to do with it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So Laura was chatting to me with a yellow wall behind her, and that's how she's decorated her spare room, which I've stayed in recently, and it was lovely. It was a really welcoming, uplifting, well, Laura's a welcoming, uplifting person, but the room itself was just really lovely to be in, and it really fired up my creativity, and it helped me write this project. It helped me write the content and create the social media graphics, which do take time and energy, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I mean, I love the colour yellow. I painted my kitchen yellow because it helps boost your energy and your creativity, and I figure that's good for a cooking environment, isn't it? So let me show you something else that Laura and I got into when I stayed with her. I was thinking about ideas for this project and how I could integrate the practice of using colour into the positivity project. And we also talked a lot about mindfulness and stuff like that. And she remembered that she had this book This is called Conscious Creativity by a lovely lady called Philippa Stanton. Now, I loved the book so much, I went on eBay and I bought it right away. And it also, there's an extra book to it. There's a workbook just absolutely jammed with activities and creativity projects. And it's by a lady who's an artist, which is awesome, but there's also a lot of content in it about mindfulness and well-being and the positive effects doing these things have on you. One of which, there's a colour chapter in this book, and there's an activity you can do called colour collecting, or it's also known as domestic foraging, which is really good fun. And you basically pick a colour and you go around your home or your work and you find as many objects as you can of your chosen colour, which really is a great mindfulness practice. And then you create a little collage with them. So I'm going to show you this in the book. This was one done with red. This lady here photographed red items, and that looks really lovely. Now, she's more of an artist, so she's all about the art and the photograph, whereas I'm more about the mindfulness. Look at this blue one. That's amazing, right? And even just looking at that makes me feel calm and collected. Looking at the red one makes me feel excited and uplifted. So when I saw this in the book, I was really inspired to bring this into one of my mindfulness sessions. And I did that on Friday lunchtime at the Live Well Centre. And it went down really, really well with the people who came to the session. And we got interactive afterwards and talked about it too. And they enjoyed it. They even took like photos of what they'd created afterwards. I'm going to share some in the comments below this video. And but the interesting thing was, we did a mindful check-in at the start of the session to see how everyone was feeling, and then we checked back in at the end. We also did a breathing practice and some bit of stretching and stuff, but it was really the mindfulness and the colour activity that dominated the session. Everybody felt different but more uplifted at the end of the session. They felt calmer, they felt more grounded and balanced, they felt happier, and I personally felt really satisfied. I came in feeling quite lively and excited, and I finished the session feeling satisfied but also a lot more calm and grounded. So that was just a really great use of colour in a holistic well-being way, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I in fact invite you, if you would like to try some domestic foraging, aka colour collecting for yourselves, perhaps maybe put a track of music on or set a timer on your phone, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then just go about your home focusing on one colour, see what you can collect together and arrange it however it suits you, take a photograph and then post it on my page somewhere, either below this video chat on the page or on one of the other graphics that I've done. I would love to see anything that you're doing with colour or any other projects that you might have, whether it's colouring in or painting something, who knows. If you're using colour and you're feeling good about it and it uplifts you, let me know how, let me know what you're doing. I would be really interested to hear from you guys about that. But here's a really funny thing. I read that and I realised I have inadvertently been doing colour collecting for a year and a half, because when I host my evening mindfulness sessions, which are more relaxation based, I usually pick a colour to enhance the session, whatever the theme is, and I literally go around my house either the night before or the morning of my session, gathering as many things as I can find of that colour or two colours to make a display. I like to have a nice visual display of colour and just nice things, normally candles, maybe a statue of my Buddha or some crystals or just anything of the colour to really set the scene and enhance the wellbeing session. So I didn't know it, but I've been colour collecting for a year and a half. That is so cool. It's even cool that it has a name. I'm really just happy about that. So yeah, thank you for letting me share that with you. This week's theme, I have chosen the colour green. This is for Sunday's evening session, and we're going to be focusing on balance and harmony, because green is a very balancing, harmonious colour. That's why I've chosen it for my bedroom. Quite often I do these videos from my bedroom with a green wall behind me. You guys would have all seen that in previous videos from this project. So that is my talk on colour. My friend Laura totally gets it, shares the passion with me. So I want to say a huge thank you to Laura for joining me live earlier, especially on a Saturday, and for being able to connect and have a great chat about it. She is definitely a positive influence on me, and I'm grateful for her friendship. So thank you, Laura. Just one more thing before I go. I want to tell you guys, while I've been out and about running errands, I found myself near the Metro Centre, and I usually hate shopping. I don't like crowds of people, but I thought I'm just going to have a little wander up today and see if there's anything going on in Primark, have a little look. And I found some really cool stuff. This is so in alignment with today's theme. This morning my theme was affirmations, and we talked about that, but Primark's got some really like inspiring stuff in at the moment, just little t-shirts and things. Let me show you this one. It's a pale yellow t-shirt with the affirmation, I am enough. Wait, I just had to buy it, didn't I? This is totally my colour season as well. My personal colour season is summer, so pastel colours go well with me, my skin tone, my hair, and it's a pale yellow. I can totally rock yellow. And I love that affirmation, I am enough. That's a great one to use if you feel anxious, or if you don't feel valued, or you're having a little bit of insecurity issues. Totally use the affirmation, I am enough. And you can also add to it, they can do this in meditations as well. You can say, I am enough and I always have been. I am enough and I always will be. Tell yourself that, watch your mindset improve. I promise that affirmations work. Mix them with colour and you've just got layers of holistic well-being practices enhancing your life. How awesome. Okay, it's Saturday night. I've got shopping to unload and things to tidy up and things to do, and some classes to prepare for tomorrow, but I've also got to walk my dog when it gets a bit cooler outside. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to thank you all for being here. Feel free to leave any comments, any pictures of any projects that you're doing, and feel free to share this video or any of the information with anybody who you think might feel the benefit of it, or it might inspire them for something. So I'm going to be back here tomorrow at the slightly later time of 9 a.m. I've run the morning videos at 7, but because it's a Sunday and I am tired, I'm going to have a little bit of a lay-in tomorrow. I'm going to be with you at 9 a.m. and I will be back in the evening. Let me think, either 8 or 9 p.m. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a think about that one. It's the last day tomorrow, and we have 2 very fun things to close the project. Tomorrow we are going to talk about play and finding joy, and I'll leave you with that thought, and I will tell you much more about both of those positivity practices tomorrow. Sending you all huge love and gratitude. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely Saturday night. Bye for now.